You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Army-Navy game. President Trump has signed an executive order looking to protect this game. It's a sacred game that I think most football fans, even people that don't watch football, consume every year. And of course, it's got its own block of time where it gets all the attention. It's a game that comes on before the Heisman ceremony. It's in between that gap. There's been talk about moving that game around. I've seen as of late, there's been talk about doing the game before the college football season. There's talk of doing it at some point, somehow, during the college, like earlier in the calendar. I don't know how that would work. But at least President Trump is trying to keep this game and the attention on this game separate from any other college football games, okay? And I've seen people say, well, why should he get involved? Why shouldn't people have a choice to watch other games? Look, if these boys are choosing to go to these schools and forego their any kind of potential NFL career, or we all know how this works, defend our country, fight for our freedom, the least we can do is give them their own space for this game and to be recognized for not only serving our country, but showing off, athletic talent. And so I don't think it's that big of an ask from anybody to have this game, get its own slot every year. To be quite frank, I care way more about consuming this game than any all-star game in existence. I make a point to sit down and consume this game. These other guys, Pro Bowl, forget about it. NBA All-Star, it got better ratings and there was more attention. It doesn't matter to me. President Donald Trump delivered on his promise to protect the tradition of the annual Army-Navy football game, signing the, quote, Preserving America's Game executive order during the midshipman's visit to the White House on Friday. Navy defeated Army in a thrilling 17-16 victory to win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy in December during a historic season that saw the program finish 11-2. Marking the team's first back-to-back 10-win seasons in program history. They've been pretty good as of late. The champions were honored with a White House visit, during which Trump signed the executive order months after signaling his intentions to combat the expansion of the college football playoff draft. Well, the annual Army-Navy game is truly one of the most special occasions in all of sports. But in recent years, the college football playoff expansion has encroached on this sacred 4-hour time slot traditionally reserved for Army-Navy, the president said during his speech. I'm going to sign an executive order to ensure that the second Saturday in December is preserved exclusively. Nobody's playing football. Not Ohio State against Notre Dame, not LSU against Alabama. Nobody's going to play football for 4 hours during that special time in December. It's preserved forever for the Army-Navy game. Now, some of this probably has to do with the fact that they're very likely going to 16 teams in the college football playoff. That's going to happen at some point. And look, I've seen brackets for 24. Like the Big Ten wants to go to 24 teams. It's way too many. But those games have to be put somewhere. So Trump is trying to get out ahead of that move, is my guess. Trump joked that the ramifications of signing the executive order might result in a lawsuit. Quote, of course, we'll probably get sued at some point. We will get sued, but we win those suits and we'll win this one. It's an honor to do. It's just an honor to do because it's an important tradition of our country. The president continued, it's beyond football. Actually, it's a tradition in our country. The executive order states no college football games, specifically college football's CFP or other postseason games, be broadcast in a manner that directly conflicts with the Army-Navy game. Navy head coach Brian Newberry echoed the president's remarks after the order. Quote, thank you for signing the executive order protecting the sanctity of Army-Navy game. It's a game with a soul. It deserves to be protected. Thank you very much. Trump first signaled his intention to sign the executive order in a Truth Social post in January, saying at the time, this is an incredible tradition, is now at risk of being pushed aside by more college playoff games and big TV money. Not anymore. And by the way, this is a game that gets real ratings every year. It gets really good ratings. The president has taken special interest in college football during his second term. Earlier this month, he held a roundtable discussion with notable officials, including NC2A President Charlie Baker, former Alabama head coach Nick Saban, New York Yankees President Randy Levine, and each of the Power 4 commissioners, among others. The group met to examine solutions to key challenges, including NC2A authority, name, likeness, image and likeness, NIL, collective bargaining and governance concerns. Well, I believe where we're probably headed is a college football commissioner, is my guess. And, it's absurd, not to get on a side rant, I'm not going to, but it's absurd that you've got different conferences going for the same college football playoff trophy, but every conference has their own rules of how they're doing things. You can't have that. Never mind NIL, the ridiculousness of the way the portal is handled right now, all of it. But I'm glad he did this. It's a great game. It's one of the most entertaining games that I watch all year. I'd say it's easily in my top 10 sporting events I watch every year is the Army-Navy game, And occasionally you do have a guy that comes out of one of those two programs and goes to the NFL. The one of the two programs services come out, agree to let the guy go ahead and go to the NFL or whatever. They've worked it out in the past with some of these guys. It's the least we can do under the circumstances. You know what I mean? So I'm glad he did this. And yeah, somebody will push him on it. Now, who's going to have the guts to do it? I will say this, maybe they won't, because you're going to get an opposing network that's going to go against this game, going to want to go against this game, going to want to publicly sue over the Army-Navy game. You want to talk about it getting obliterated. From a PR standpoint, you will get crushed. Any college conference, Big Ten, SEC tries to, and the SEC's not going to do it. Schools all in the South, they would get obliterated. The court of public opinion would drag their asses to hell. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed. This cap is on sale, embroidered. Go get Black and White Sports Football, the official cap, official logo cap, blackwhitenetwork.com. There's a sale going. Also, exclusive live stream. We did it yesterday evening, 4 p.m. You get access to that stream. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.